Dude, that looks so good.
Cheers. I hope Rob likes it.
How are you feeling about any suggestions?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm always open to some criticism. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking with a little bit of streaking grime, if we just like, it could really make it nice and gritty. And
I don't really think with the really pale and blues tone that streaking grime's going to do what we want it to do.
Okay.
So maybe not with the streaking
grime.
That's
all right.
Yeah.
Looks really good, man. Keep it up. What you working on, Murray?
Just my wildlife creatures.
Looks really cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried streaking grime?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a couple of squads of them for sure.
A couple of squads? Seems fair.
Yeah, so what do you think of Clondus, or is it Crondus, the scion of Dracothian? He's like the big guy.
Yeah. Nah, I like him. His scars are pretty awesome. There's some nice detail in that.
Did you just streaking grime my popcorn?
So I legitimately accidentally just streaking grime to the floor. Actually, that looks better.
Nah.
No. I love places that look like a cow just
Hey, I don't need that PTSD.
It's tabletop time.
I'm Dave.
I'm Murray.
And today we have decided that Jazza needs an intervention. Or at the very least, if he's going to insist on continuing to use streaking grime on absolutely everything, that he should use the best streaking grime. So Murray has spent the last couple of days batch painting a model that Jazza fell in love with that he affectionately calls Grimey. And you painted, what is this, like 20, 30 of these guys?
There's 30 of them.
30 different little dudes, and we have 30 different streaking grime products to find out which one is the best, so you don't have to. Alright, there's something about the same miniature, seeing the same miniature over and over and over again that drives you to madness, and I'm gonna make my own Grimey. I'm sick of seeing this one. I wanna make a cool Grimey, the ultimate Grimey. Maybe the Grimey that will test the winning streaking grime on. And thanks to Hero Forge, the sponsor of this video, I'm able to do just that. The first thing I did is I got onto their website where I could access their 3D character customizer to make the perfect version of my grimy man. I selected a character type, changed his height and dimensions, and then accessed from the thousands of different gear items available to give him the right look, finding the perfect wrench, sets of tools on the waist, the apron, and getting all of those pieces together so I had a completed model. Now, if we weren't going to bury this colored model in streaking grime, I could have used their new Color 2.0 system, which would have allowed me to color my minis in the software and give me a really good example of what they'd look like painted. As for delivery, Hero Forge offer a whole different range of options, including printing in premium color plastic and sending it to your door. I, however, chose the STL option, allowing me to 3D print my very own Grimey 2. So thank you once again to Hero Forge for sponsoring this video, and go check them out at heroforge.com and get started making some cool characters today. We won't take too much time on each one. We're gonna hit it hard and fast with the likes and dislikes, and we're gonna rate them from worst to best.
It's kind of muted. It's very subtle. I think it's to get into deeper crevices. These models have very flat surfaces, so it didn't come out the best on Grimey, I think.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is just, looks like the guy's been in an Acme explosion.
Yeah, that one works well, yeah.
Well, I mean, if that's your intent, is you want them to look like they're in an Acme explosion. Where are you putting it, higher or lower than your engine?
I think high. I think that's some real good, nasty grease on him right there. Pretty much the same, but gloss, I believe.
Yeah, I think this would be really good for exactly what you want, like wet stains around a car's engine. But for the purposes of general streaking grime applications, which is kind of what this video is about, I'm gonna say it's the worst so far.
So this is one of the ones that I feel works almost like a pigment. You get this very even coating over everything, and then it's all left in the recesses.
And there's not much gradient from that to the next. So like it kind of just goes 0 to 100 pretty quick, like especially in that color line. Ooh, it's basically the same thing, but with a really strong sepia tone, right? You know what, I prefer it. I feel like it has more applications because it just looks like a more generic sand or like sweat stains on a white shirt. Yeah, I'm not feeling light rust. It's very yellow. It looks like you've got mustard dusted all over this dude, like Cheeto dust. In fact, so much so, I actually think I like it worse than the oily oil. Okay, now we're talking. I'm feeling very good about this. This is a all-round, like a light gray, earthy, really dusty finished look and really grimy finished look.
It is a lot more generic, therefore has a lot more applications. I think this could be used over pretty much anything that you don't want to be sparkly clean.
You know what? I personally feel like this is also really good. These dust and dirt deposit products from AK are really good. If you could only get one and you're going for more like you want that desert look, I'd say this could be safely applied pretty well on everything. I reckon second best.
Now we have a very similar one up. Less saturation, this one is more gray.
I would rank the grayer one higher than the yellow, just because the sand, while being really good for what it is, it's more specific to a particular function, whereas more a generic, more gray rain mark.
Yeah, readability is important.
Yeah. This is the one.
That's the menace, the one that started it all.
It's definitely up the top. But you know, for me, these three sand ones win. I'm quite fond of the like pigment effects personally. I like less overpowering effect, more of that like gentle dust and dirt grime. But I can see an argument for the contrast that it brings.
I reckon our leading dirt deposit is better, but I think this has more to it than the other two. So I vote that.
And I will be swayed by that. I'm happy with that assessment. I like it. Nah. Just not. We're already down in the middle of the pack when I see this.
I don't think that we have a need for a dark streak and grime.
This only for me comes up higher than the Cheeto dusts.
This one's almost just like a contrast, just a dark grey.
It doesn't do much for me.
Yeah, I'm honestly not feeling neutral grey much. I'm a bit less than neutral on it. Considering that we know Jazza mixes the streak and grime with the brown rust effects to get a brown effect, I think that's a contender.
Yeah, for Jazz's idea of your like slop it on Space Bears kind of streak and grime, I like this. It immediately trumps everything up to the mid-range. I think it's up here with OG streak and grime. Immediately, I look at it and go, okay, this has all the same problems we kind of had with the other one. It's too overpowering. It just looks like soot as a general wash. It does do that job quite well.
If you're looking to destroy a mechanical engine with soot, grime, and filth, then these are perfect. But again, this is sort of a cover-all.
You only get one. This is the Highlander of streak and grimes for Jazza. It looks like the grey wash and immediately sits with the grey wash.
I think this is good for conveying age on something. I think it gives an almost slight dirty verdigris effect.
Oh, this is just so much. Why did we do this? There are so many of them.
I don't know, why did you make me do this?
Why did I make you do this? Why did Jazza make you do this? Extreme Rust Wash, also known as Extreme Cheeto Wash.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I love this one for the simple fact that I once went camping across Australia through the deserts, and when you get through the desert, that's exactly what the car looks like afterwards. So it gives a lot of nostalgia for me.
Very good for that specific orange look, but not very good for a general grime. As an oil wash, I feel like this is only good for very heavily algaed areas, and for that reason, I'd rather eat a bag of Cheetos.
Ooh!
It's just so green and so like...
It would be good for an underwater scene, but
Sure.
then you'd probably have it in resin.
The bottom of a pier, like the the
Yeah.
stuff growing on the bottom of a pier or something. But
The scum clinging to a wooden post.
speaking of scum clinging to a wooden post,
What, Jazzy here? No.
it's probably a little better, I think, than the grey wash.
I think you could put that all over anything that is light coloured,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't destroy it as much as a normal streaking grime.
Yeah, no, I don't like MIG Track Wash. It's too dark and sooty. It sits right next to Dark Wash for me.
Okay.
They're best friends.
This is a very faint green one. In an ideal world, you'd use this for staining the inside of like tanks and things, those metal areas. Flesh though, makes the flesh go a little bit dead.
This has done nothing. Have you streaking grime this?
Yes.
Are you sure?
That one was exceedingly subtle.
So subtle that I'd say you could definitely put it on your entire arm. No, this is the worst because it does nothing.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I don't like spending hobby time to achieve nothing. That is so subtle. Color's nice. The effect is too. It's like you could get the same effect with dabbing on a very small amount of sand weathering pigment.
Yeah, I think it just takes away from the color that you've probably spent time putting on the model in the first place.
It's just better than Cheetos. Ooh, it's not bad. It's this actually more so than the other ones I was talking about. Really does that like sweaty stained shirts look.
I don't think anything would suffer too badly from that.
I'm high on this actually. Probably higher than Engine Grime. No, low.
I think it's better than most of the grey ones, but I
Yeah.
still wouldn't particularly go for it. It gives a pretty good gradient, but I am a fan of colours, and I think that takes too much away. I didn't think this was too bad. This has a very good grime quality for the lighter colours.
Very green. As far as the green ones go, I think it's possibly the best green one, but I wouldn't want to put that on anything warm because it would just cool it down and make it look green. It's a damn good green-grey wash if you want a green-grey wash.
It's a lot darker than I thought. I was expecting a sort of chestnut richness to sort of
Me too.
be left
And that's what I
behind.
wanted to see, but I didn't. So it kind of is gonna sit very much in the middle. Nah, don't love it.
It's pretty strong.
Too overpowering. All right.
We have concluded and found
Streaking grime is the best streaking grime. Not quite, by one. All right, so we couldn't come to any final conclusions without the streaking grime obsessor himself here to choose. We've kind of found our top 10.
I don't know how I feel about this video, you guys. You're trying to replace streaking grime.
Well, you'll be very pleased to know that second from the top is streaking.
Yes! So this is the accumulated earth effect, and this actually keeps a bit of life.
It's really nice.
Throughout the piece, yeah.
It doesn't wash out the skin and stuff completely.
No, but it really actually punches the details surprisingly well. Engine grime. Honestly, if I'm griming, I'm gonna go for something more like this.
No, this is why you obliterate all our projects with streaking grime. It just takes all of the, it's too heavy.
But he looks epic.
I think
the enamel wash, the track wash is I prefer it to streaking grime. We've already got something I prefer to streaking grime.
Wow. I'm catching a trend and I think I have the product for you.
It's gonna be like actual like engine oil or something.
Have you considered coating your entire model in Citadel's Abaddon Black? Citadel's Abaddon Black.
I do. That's how I start every model.
Well, I was thinking if you finished it with that, then you also wouldn't be able to see any of the detail.
All right. You
Maybe if we went with Vallejo's dipping wash.
I don't know about you guys, but they're my favorites. All right, this is your lucky last. This
Yep.
is the one you guys
This is my
picked
favorite.
as the winner. It's not my favorite.
I had a feeling because it's subtle.
It's good though. It's better than the other light washes for sure. I've got a favorite now though, which is the track wash. So
Okay.
this is your winner. Dust and dirt deposits, the brown earth deposit, and mine is the enamel track wash.
Wow.
Let us know in the comments which you prefer. Subtlety and delicate finessing of your washes, or brutal application for intense and epic effects.
Going back to the awesome Grimey that I had sculpted in Hero Forge, I was ready to apply the ultimate streaking grime, as chosen by Jazza. So I gave it a liberal coat of the AK Enamel Track Wash, and then pulled it back with some white spirits. And I have to say, this was a great showcase of how a really simple base coat only paint job on a model can be turned into something pretty darn cool with a single use of an enamel wash. You know what would be the real awkward ending? If Jazza and I and Murray had filmed a whole bunch of stuff today and just forgot to do an outro, and this video is being sent off to edit. So it's just me. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you to our patrons. God, you patrons, love ya. Hey, we just did a mini review and we just got to check out all the cool stuff that our mini patrons enter. And we're about to do our fortnightly mini stream for patrons only. So if you're interested in signing up and getting involved in all the behind the scenes action and finding out why stuff like this sometimes happens, check it out. Thank you very much, patrons. Thank you once again to Hero Forge, the sponsor of this video. And I'm going home now, so yeah, bye.